session during the winter, so all the winter folks would have a chance to be heard. So that's why we tried to schedule one today during the vacation week and a holiday when people could have the opportunity to join us. Quick introduction today of the planning team, give you some of the thoughts as to the process as we move forward, and then a representative from SE Group will step up and actually explain the process in more detail. What I'd like to do first is introduce the Strategic Planning Committee, starting with Lou Sciabetta over here. Lou actually was the chairman of our committee for the first 3 years and has been instrumental in getting us to this point in the process. Other members of the team today, Heidi Schultz, standing up over here, Marty Whitney in the back in the red shirt, and Sue Pelton Barrett, who is also here in the back. There are 4 other members of our committee that are not here today because they live elsewhere in the winter. Barbara Levinson, Charlie Popper, Kim Honey, and Steve Hansberry. Those are the 9 members of the SPC. We also have 3 members of the management team that are instrumental to our process. They're really the ones that know the usage data of the membership, know the trends going on, and really have the best idea of our history and the facilities here at Quechee. Ken Young, General Manager and Chief Operating Officer, Ken Lallier, our Property Manager, and Scott Anderson, our Club Manager. The 3 of them really are a huge help to us and an instrumental part of the committee. Going forward, once we eventually do have a plan put in place, obviously the Board of Trustees will change, this committee will change, and it will really be the 3 of them and the rest of the management team charged with putting this plan in place over the next couple of decades. As part of this process, we thought it was important to hire a planning team. We interviewed 3, actually sent out requests for proposals to 4 different companies, received 3 back, and after a lot of deliberation on the committee, hired the SE Group. They have 3 representatives here today that I'll introduce in a second. The SE Group is based in Burlington, Vermont. They have extensive working knowledge with most of the 4-season communities in northern New England, as well as other parts of the country. If you look at their resume, you'll see that every major mountain area community has done work with the SE Group. The reason for hiring them, one, we wanted to make sure that we had an objective third party come in as part of this process. We want to make sure that everything we hear from the membership is interpreted objectively, not through the ears and eyes of people that have been here for a long time. We also wanted them to lead the open house sessions such as what you hear at today, focus groups, compile data from the surveys, and really assist us along the whole way as we go through this process. Being in Vermont and working with most of the Vermont resorts and communities, they have intricate knowledge of Act 250 issues and the other development issues that affect Vermont. And we really do believe that the SE Group is a perfect fit for this process we're about to begin. With us today from SE Group, Claire Humber, Mark Kane, and Kimball Erdman, who is sitting here in front. We also have a representative from Taurus, our developers. Ed Vidra is standing over here in the back. If any of you have any questions regarding what the developers are up to these days, Ed wanted to be here today to answer those questions for you. Over the last several years, we have spent a lot of time learning the history of Quechee, getting to know the facilities, the amenities, the surrounding lands. We sent out surveys to the various operating committees, all of the department heads, the condo association presidents. We also met with the town of Hartford a few different times with different areas of their government. We have a fairly good base of knowledge as to what got us to this point. We have some feedback from the membership on what they'd like to see going forward. But really what we're here today to start, and with the survey you just received, is the membership phase of gathering input, hearing what you have to say, and really trying to put together a plan that we all agree on and can be happy with. We are looking at the amenities, we're looking at the buildings, we're looking at the infrastructure, the roads, the parking lots, pedestrian and bike pathways. We're looking at the waterways, both Lake Pineo and the river. Utilities, the sewer systems, the leach fields, and such. So really it's an all-encompassing plan, everything that affects our community. Eventually, through this process, we will come up with a plan that addresses all of these needs and desires based on your input. In the final plan, there will be estimated timelines on when we anticipate some of these things being done. We also have a financial model that the Finance and Audit Committee is working with management on that will hopefully also predict out 5, 10, 15 years in the future what our dues may look like, what our fees may look like if we implement some of the things that come out of this plan. And ultimately, all of this will be put together and come to the membership for a vote. SE Group will stand up here in a second and explain more of the process as we move through the summer. Our hope is that you will all continue to participate, whether it's a survey, whether it's an open house, focus groups. We need your input. This is Queech's plan. It's our membership's plan. Without your input, we really can't address the needs of you. If you have not filled out the survey that came out last week, there are copies available over here. You can fill it out, and they go in this brown box over here in the corner. Let's see what else. This is pretty much it until we turn it over to these guys. Again, I can't stress enough how much I appreciate you being here and how much I hope you'll join us as we move forward. Here now is Mark Kane from the SE Group.